what's up? This is Side Nazi 747 here, just chilling. And I noticed a lot of people are doing a lot of different cartoon conspiracy theories and everything, but this is not really conspiracy theory revealing any truth or any, well, revealing a little bit of truth, but it's not going into where it's all in their head or they're suffering from a mental condition and everything. But this one's just from my point of view, what I really think. It's more about two cartoons connecting to each other, and this might make a little sense to people that do like these kind of theories and some that don't. But whether it's valid or doesn't seem like a good theory, or does it seem like a bad theory, or it just seems very flawed. I know in the comment section you guys are gonna be like, that is so flawed. But let me just keep going anyway. Okay. First things first, these are two of my favorite two cartoons that I liked to watch when I was a kid, but I preferred one over the other, and the other one don't. And by the way, don't you dare judge me for watching this crap, because I'm pretty sure you all did too. If you're a '90s kid, you did too. Especially when on. Trust me, when there's nothing on, that's all you really watched. That's pretty much all you did. All right, let me just stop talking about that. But seriously, let me just keep going. Okay, first I want to point out something. My theory is that Dexter from Dexter's Lab is actually Professor Utonium in the Powerpuff Girls. Yeah, I know. What? That can't be possible. Well, this is how I see the theory going out. First things first. Here's what really happened. Here's how I connect the two theories together. These two cartoons and two shows together. Notice how Dexter doesn't have a last name. And notice how Professor Utonium doesn't have a first name. You ever notice that? Now, here's how it starts from Dexter's Lab and slowly moves to Pop-Up Girls. But so, in case this might go a little fast, I'm just gonna take it in real easy and make it real easy for you to understand. Just if you don't quite understand, then you might want to watch this video a few more times and pay attention. Okay, first things first. Here's how I see it. Dexter's in his lab, chilling. He's a little bit older now. He's a teenager. Let me point this out. Okay. He's chilling. He's doing his thing. At last, my greatest creation is completed. Even though you've said that counted like thousands of times in the show. But seriously, here's a good one. He creates something, we don't really get an idea of what's going on with it. And then next thing you know, the FBI/CIA/organizations, bound and determined to find the truth and justice and whatnot, they kick in Dexter's front door, and they start shooting and try to capture people and everything. And in the brush of everything, he has no idea what's going on because he's still in his lab. As of now, his parents have been shot, and his sister's about to be, they get her too. And they started talking and questioning people that Dexter's actually been around with, which is why, that old thing. It's like, you're associated with this man. I think you might know something. Either you tell me what I want to know, or you die. That kind of thing. So they start questioning Mandark, and they kill him too. Well, actually, they didn't really kill Mandark. They already took him into custody for all the technology and stuff he has. He was bound to do it for world domination, so eventually they were going to get him first, obviously. The only reason why they're trying to get Dexter is because we don't want a repeat of Mandark, in case, Dexter goes crazy. That kind of thing. But anywho, Dexter comes out of his lab to hear all these gunshots and commotion to see what's going on. Then one of the men actually see him, and he runs back into his lab, and he knows that all his, he has a good sense. He has a pretty good idea. He got a good eye for what's going on down in the rest of the house. He sees his parents are dead. His older sister is dead, and he just does what any smart person would do. He goes to his lab, says his final goodbyes to his computer, because he ain't gonna be able to fight them off with all the other stuff they picked up from Mandark's lab. Anywho, he starts preparing a escape pod, and he puts his lab in self-destruct, so it'll blow up. That's his way of revenge against the people that killed his loved ones. that sort of thing. Gets an escape pod, shot out somewhere. Now he's like 18. He's 17 and 18. He's actually 15 or 16. I'm gonna leave it at that. He's 15 to 16 years old. Shot himself to a whole new place, and he finds an old. He was like, and he finds a huge building where they keep everybody's records and everything. So he decides to change his name, his outlook, so they won't recognize him or figure out who he is. And then he moves to Townsville, because he's smart like that. He could just hack the system, change records, names, and he can do anything. Just saying. He gets smart. He actually gets an apartment. Grows older a little bit, gets an apartment by himself. And over time, he grows up. He gets a very successful job, buys himself a house on the outskirts of Townsville. All right, people, pay attention. Pay attention. After a while, he's a grown man now. He's grown. He changed his hair color and everything to make sure no one knows who he will be. Because, he's grown now. He's toughened up. He's toughened up for the harsh, cruel conditions of the new world and new life in this big city, And, after a while, he does get lonely. He gets lonely. Very lonely. After a while, he seeks companionship. And that's where the Powerpuff Girls come in. Now, sugar, spice, and everything nice, and a little dash of Chemical X. Now, let me break it down for you. Here's my real theory for them. It was no accident. He planned it. He actually planned for them to turn out like that. That's right. Planned for them to turn out like that. He didn't just want loved ones that that were there. He wanted loved ones that were strong enough, capable of taking care of themselves in case any type of trouble ran their way. And yet they turned out to be young girls. Now each of the girls represent someone that he knew in his past life, in his former life as Dexter, boy genius, and he is now Professor Utonium, super genius. I just added that title, but let me just keep going. Now, Bubbles, if you can already guess, due to her similar hairstyle to Dee Dee's, is a representation of Dee Dee, and it's how Dee Dee was, real innocent and naive. Well, the thing is, Bubbles is naive, but she's not stupid, like stupid. She's a little, she's a bit of a dumb blonde, that small stereotype. Now, let's move on to Buttercup. Notice how she's really tomboyish, not very girly at all. That's a reflection on, she's really a representation of Dexter's father. Because remember, his father's always trying to push him to do sports and be all manly and tough and everything. Make Dexter the son that he always wanted. And now moving on to Blossom. Ah, yes, Blossom. Well, in case you haven't noticed, this one's pretty obvious. His mother had red hair. He had red hair before, but doesn't have red hair now because he died and changed it. Well, he scientifically changed his hair so people won't notice. So no matter how old he gets, it'll still stay the same color. Now, it's more of a reflection of his mother, of him and his mother. She was a very honest, kind, and loving person. Blossom's the same way. And she's very intelligent, like super smart. Very smart and mature for her age. Which is also a reflection on Dexter. He was very smart and mature for his age, despite, despite a few things. He does go through during his, time as Dexter, he did go through the common problems that children go through, And that's about it. That's right. Dexter is really, Professor Utonium really is Dexter from Dexter's Lab. And the Powerpuff Girls are just a reflection on the family that he lost. Oh, one more thing. you know, a lot of people are mentioning, what about Mojo Jojo? Let me go ahead and finish this up. Mojo Jojo is actually that monkey from the lab that Dexter kept. He just went wacko and left after, the whole creation of the girls. He noticed he was getting neglected and everything. Soon, Professor Utonium / Dexter forgot to feed him a few times, and then he just left. You know, he's super intelligent. He lost all his super powers and everything, and all that went to his mind. Super intelligence. And then he just left. And became evil and said, you know what? Humans suck. The end. That's the end of my theory. Tell me what you think about it. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Will this chaos emerald ever be able to power my entire house? Who knows? And I'm signing out to 747, and I'm out.